provided to the investors. Well, to shed more light on this, we are delighted to be joined over the phone by His Excellency Dr. Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Your Excellency, great pleasure always having you with us. Good afternoon.
Pleasure. How are you?
Yeah. So, significant visit and the participation of His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli with the first global leaders meeting against poverty and hunger in Doha. Reviewing, first of all, the experience of Egypt in such field and the achievements of the governments in such a time, particular for the social enhancement and social protection network like Takaful and Karama, Decent Life, or the so-called Hayat Karima. What's your view concerning viewing such successful stories as a role model for other countries? I mean,
I see it as one more journey or one more step in a long journey of efforts for our diplomacy. We are enjoying really in the last few months many occasions where we hosted tens of heads of states and kings and so on, and they fell in love with Egypt as we expected. But here now it is an extra mission for our Prime Minister in Doha for another task. We are calling for different things. His main aim is to invite more and more investors to come and to invest in Egypt. And really I am a little bit unhappy that IMF is telling us that the Arabs are investing out of their countries by $1,800 billion outside their countries, and inside only 60, less than 5%. Even Egyptians, we are investing abroad, Egyptians all over the world, and the Egyptian government, of course, we are investing out of Egypt by $140 billion. This is amazing. This means that we have to do our homework also, and to make our guests, the investor, much happier, and to gain, because they can gain, but we have many obstacles. Ahead of them is our bureaucracy, which is really amazing. The banking system, I personally, I helped our banking system to be up to the level of Basel I, Basel II, Basel III. Still, I must confess, I am hesitant to go to the bank. I wasted a lot of time for nothing. Sometimes they are not happy with my signature. They are not happy that I have to add my name Muhammad instead of Gamal, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, if I give you some story, how I was treated by the Deutsche Bank in Germany, it's amazing. Once they gave me the checkbook, and I started to use it. Then they discovered that I was using some other client checks, but it is accepted. It may, I don't know how the system is going like that.
Yeah.
So the trick is that we are inviting investors because really we have good opportunities, but on the other hand, we have to do our homework.
Yeah.
This is the task number one.
And as you mentioned, Your Excellency, our homework.
Another task is the hunger. I am not happy if I feel that I am still, just right now I had my lunch, and if I know that my neighbor didn't have his breakfast, this is annoying. So it is a matter of social solidarity among, even in the same country. And here in Africa, we are complaining that the money flow from Africa going to the rich countries is much more than the money going from the rich countries to Africa.
Yeah.
Africa is paying its debts, it's paying its invoice of imports, much more that it gets of investment, or much more that it exports.
Yeah.
This is amazing, and it's not fair. So here comes the initiative of our president in Sharm el-Sheikh conference, when he asked the rich countries to come to use the Egyptian experience, which is very good in Africa, on the African soil with the finance of the donor countries. And he got a very positive reaction from Japan and from China. And I hope that we can start investing in Africa to make the situation much better and to fight against hunger like our Prime Minister is telling us.
Yes. Your Excellency, and as you mentioned, of course, such a summit or such a conference is really significant in a way that it really, how could it, in a way, I mean, attract the attention of the rich countries of the Gulf, especially in particular, as it's been hosted in Doha. So, how to attract their attention that there are like 2 billion persons in the world, they are suffering from hunger and poverty, and 1 person out of 5 in Africa also suffering from poverty and hunger. How to attract their attention to dedicate their extra money to invest it in Africa and in such developing countries to end the and to finalize such sufferings and to end such a crisis?
Yes, we have 2 tasks here. First, of course, that we have to face the hunger immediately. They are not going to wait until they die. The other thing, it is always we have the good say in our Egyptian life that give me a job, don't give me a sandwich.
Yeah.
So we have to create jobs there by investing more and more to make them able to make their own money. And do not wait to feed them as a charity or something like that. So it is difficult, but it is feasible. We have to knock the door until we reach a good solution for everybody. The good news here that, of course, opportunities in Africa, in Egypt, and in many countries, the results and the revenues are very, very good. So why don't we insist to show our ability to absorb more and more investment?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And we wish, I mean, to reach tangible results out of such conferences, really for the good and the best of such poor and hunger people in Africa and in the developing countries. Your Excellency, Ambassador Dr. Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, many thanks for your insights and for your views. Short break and we'll be back.